Hello and welcome to the Prom 9, currently using mini tripod. Now, if you've read the title, you'll kind of already know what's on the agenda for teardowns, not this television board. That can go in the pile of stuff that's yet to be sorted. There's also something that I've also half torn to pieces. Ornaments with one of these, like CD tape player combos I was given back in college. To pull to bits. There's also a television remote here. But if you read the description, it's one of these. A computer hub. Now, sorry about the crap lighting, but this is the garage, where the lighting is crap. Now, some of you might wonder why the hell I'm dismantling this. Two reasons. One, hub is pretty much so redundant these days it's useless, and there's a spider on it, and I think I just killed him. No, he's still alive. But also, it doesn't work. So let's get to pulling it to bits and show you what's inside. Also, I can salvage out all the good bits, which I can use elsewhere, such as this optical out at the back. That can come out, and I want a flathead. I'll try and do this all in shot, but yeah, this isn't necessarily going to work out. Oh, do that. I was about to attempt to add some humour, but I couldn't be asked. I am that lazy. Been playing Sonic 2 all day. I like Sonic, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, it's bloody addictive. And here we have the IR optical module. This is IR emitter and receiver. This module does work as far as I can make out. It's got dip switch settings. This is probably 1990s, 9604, 9501. So yeah, mid-90s we say, just after mid-90s. That's been bent out of position, but that could be useful for something, so that can go to one side. But what we have here is a typical sort of chip that you saw on the Ethernet adapter. I don't recognise that, the MC1011-6P. And this will be the brains of the operations. Probably some kind of microcontroller from LSI. Is there anything that goes to potential microcontroller code? Not really, but then it varies. Code of the chip is just a code at the end of the day. But yeah, that's an option board. So that can go over there. Actually, I probably want them all in a pile over here. Typical. How have we gone through 3 minutes already? I honestly don't know. This fucking screw. There we go. Let me retrieve my board back, and then I'll be back with you. Now, go. That can go in the rubbish pile. So, now we go back to Philips. I don't know why they call it Philips. Used to know someone called Phil. He was a temperamental bugger. He was very temperamental. Wasn't bad all round, but he wasn't one you could necessarily have fun with, because he just took things too seriously when you played the same joke on him that he played on you. Oh well, such is life. Because he played the joke on me, I had to live with it. Such is life. And then we do that. So we have the ports and the rows of status LEDs, which are normally for each LED comprising with a different port, and when the cable's plugged in and hooked up, it will flicker with data transfer. For those of you who don't know, I do hope this memory chip doesn't run out, or I shall be annoyed. I shall be very annoyed. But yes, there's good bits in here to salvage. such as a power supply. I'm having that. Power supplies are always worth saving, because power supply still works even though something's wrong with the circuit board. Don't know what. I tried making a network of this ages ago, didn't work. Did the setting up correctly with the two computers, but it just wasn't having it. So I did it with a router, our old Netgear router, and it worked flawlessly. Well, apart from the computer kept looking to the router that was attached for an internet connection, which was rather annoying, but it just saw it as a router, didn't it? So it was like, oh, internet connection. And home router is very limited on configuration. Very limited. And also I need the space, so things like this can be pulled to bits. So, if we had undone all the screws, the top would have just lifted off, but we hadn't, so we need to undo the last screw. Preferably without stabbing yourself with a screwdriver. How have we gone through 6 minutes? We're not even into the main carcass. That's appalling by my timings. Anyway, there we go. It's pretty simple inside. As you can see, you have your module connector. You have no dedicated microprocessor, only these LSI chips, which essentially what these will do is they'll receive a packet from one of the ports and then they just broadcast it out to everything. So there'll be communication channels between these three chips, but nothing. There might be a microcontroller on the other side. That indicates there's potential firmware somewhere on here. I've never actually taken this board out, so let's take it out and see what's on the other side. And these are sort of buffer type Ethernet interface chips. I don't know exactly what they are because I've never researched them, but they're on the air, but they're always by the Ethernet port, so there's some sort of input interface buffer type thing. Oh, that's why that won't come out, because I was pulling the plug wrong. So that's that. And it takes a pretty simple power supply. That's good. I don't like figuring out complex power supplies because they're just a pain in the arse when they're complex. I don't exactly have my spare card out here, so I've got to be as quick as possible. Me quick, that's something, yeah, really. Copyright 1995, so that module was added in a later date. It's on revision 3, so there were 3 different designs of this circuit board. So yeah, this is 1995 technology. Maybe I should be keeping this. Yeah, it can come to bits. Can't keep everything from 1995. I might keep this board actually, because it looks rather interesting. There's also... Is this a bridge rectifier? No, this is a crystal oscillator of 20 megahertz. Is that a date? No, that's not a date code. I was going to say. A bit of a weird date for it. Okay, there we go. And we shall see what's on the other side for the first time. Nothing! So there is no microprocessor in this device. Unless one of these 3 are microprocessors, and these are LANARTS Corp. LARC40, and the top part number is L1A9028, and of course 9616. So that was actually 95 technology. And these are your Ethernet buffer chips. But interestingly, there's not one on this port. And this is a crystal, isn't some sort of oscillator. And here's a nice capacitor made by Nichicon, one of the good makes. And here is another room for expansion. So this was a decent hub in that it offered expansion. And the PCB is built to a decent quality, but stuff was built to a decent quality when it came to computers in 95. Oh, almost knocked the camera over. And before the time runs out, let's have a look at the power supply, which is your average sort of layout for a power supply. There's nothing amazing here, and it's not ropely put together like the PSU in my old laptop. Jesus Christ, that thing was a bloody ridiculously bad design. Right, okay, getting that screw out is going to be a bit of a bastard. Hang on, we're not putting this back together, so... Ow! Ow! That was painful. Yeah, it's too strong for me to bend by hand, so we can't really look at the power supply with this screwdriver, and there's not time to grab another one. But yeah, decent power supply, average sort of quality for the time, Nichicon caps. Not bad power supply. Quite happy to use this in my projects. Make a nice power supply for something. Probably 12 volt output or something. This will probably be your 12 volt positive and negative 5 volt, whatever its outputs, I'm not sure. I think it might output more than one voltage rail actually, looking at it. There's MOSFETs and stuff. With Nichicon caps, it'll be built to a decent standard. But anyway, as I'd like to say, as we have getting down to 10 seconds left, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and found it interesting inside a hub. There doesn't seem to be microprocessors, but more dedicated hub chips. I may research these chips and put some extra information at the end of the video. I might, don't judge it. And we've got a manufacture date here, 3rd of 96.